And good evening, and welcome to our pilot episode of Pampered Chef VIP Kitchen.
Woohoo!
I'm Brandon,
I'm Amy. And I'm Terry.
and we are all part of the fastest growing group in Pampered Chef Team Grit.
Today we're going to demonstrate a few recipes that you've been seeing in your summer virtual parties. And we thought that we would show you how to use the manual food processor by demonstrating the cucumber dill guacamole and the Pico de Gallo recipes.
So today we're going to show you how to get your fill making cucumber dill.
Oh my God!
That is so awesome, Brandon. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Because today we're going to use a couple of avocados, a lime, half of a onion, a red onion, some dill, cucumber, some cumin, and a jalapeno.
And don't forget, Mom, your salt from your Pampered Chef salt and pepper grinder.
That's right. Okay, and Amy will be using our utility knife to prep that avocado.
All right, so we're going to start with 2 ripe avocados. And if you are wondering how to tell if your avocado is just right for making guacamole, you want to find a nice avocado with no splits or really soft spots in the skin. It will have a little bit of give when you push on it with your thumb, just a little bit, not too much. You don't want it to feel hollow inside or like there's pockets of air in there. And sometimes, if you're careful not to get caught by the store personnel, you can kind of pop off the little brown bit on top. And if you look in there and it's green, your avocado is ripe and ready to be used. So to take the pit out of an avocado, it's very simple. Just run your knife all the way around the avocado, twist it in half, hold your knife firmly, whack it into the pit, give it a turn. Now don't try to take that pit off with your other hand. The safest way to remove it is to pinch it right off into your garbage bowl.
Thank you, Amy. That's a great tip. Now, the next thing that we're going to use is we are actually going to cut our lime in half, and we are going to demonstrate how to use the citrus press. Once you cut your lime in half, you put it in the citrus press, and you put it over a bowl, and you just squeeze. And the citrus press is very nice to have because you make sure that you get all of the juices out and the juices flowing.
Brandon loves to get the juices flowing.
Now, for this recipe, it calls for a whole lime juiced.
A whole juicy lime.
But you can see how simple and easy the citrus press is to use when you are juicing your lime.
So now we are going to cut the cucumber in half, and we are going to scrape out the seeds using our flexible cutting mat set. These are really awesome because they have all of your measurements on them. They're awesome. They stick to your table. They're colorful. They come in 3 different colors.
Which, by the way, she is using the largest knife in the Pampered Chef butcher block set. These knives are very large, maybe a little too large for my mom, Terry.
Okay, and I'm going to be taking the seeds out with our measuring spoons, our clear plastic measuring spoons. They nestle in together.
We need 1.5 tablespoons of lime to go right on top of our avocados, which we're using our
Batter bowl.
batter bowl, our glass batter bowl with the pour spout on the front.
Okay, so 1.5 tablespoons of our lime juice going in right on top of those avocados. We like a little extra lime, so we'll add a little more in there.
Yum.
Are we supposed to dice the cucumber?
So now we're going to throw we have to chop half of a red onion and half of a seeded cucumber and 1 jalapeno. With the jalapeno, if you don't like it so spicy, you can remove the stems and the ribs and the seeds. But if you like it a little spicy, leave some of those seeds and ribs in. We like ours spicy.
That we do, Amy.
We're also going to put in 1/2 cup of fresh dill, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 garlic clove. And we're going to put all of that into the manual food processor.
Now, the manual food processor, many of us have electric food processors, and they are very simple to use. The nice thing about the manual food processor is that I found that not only is it simple to use, but it's very easy to clean. You can just take each of the 3 parts apart
And throw it into your dishwasher. And so it's actually something that I go to more often than my electric food processor, only because of the simplicity of it.
and I really enjoy getting a bit of an arm workout as well, as you can tell by these buff arms that I have formed over COVID-19 quarantine.
You're looking very buff, Brandon.
Thank you.
And I'm sure my amazing masculine Pampered Chef apron also helps with the form. So we are going to throw those cucumbers as well as the jalapenos into the manual food processor. And Amy, what else needed to go in there with that?
We need 1 garlic clove that we're just going to press right into there with the little garlic press. I'll just take off the little end here. Now you can use this garlic press with the skins on your garlic clove, people, so don't feel like you have to do anything special. Just get a garlic clove, throw it right in there, and press it right in. Just like that.
That's amazing.
Then you can just take a little scraper, get that right off of there into your hole. And to get the stuff out, sometimes it sticks to the little presser flip. You can just scrape that right off into your garbage bowl. And sometimes it'll stick in the actual holes. And what's nice about our Pampered Chef garlic press is it comes with this little skin remover tool that you can just push right into the holes. And then there's a little end that you can just lift the rest of the stuff right out. Throw it in your garbage. Easy, simple as that. And it fits right in there for easy storage.
Now, I don't know about the 2 of you, but I never thought that I would ever use the garlic press, really. Now, I like to use garlic in the food that I prepare. However, I've never really used a press. I just kind of chop it up. But it's pretty amazing at how quickly and efficiently the garlic press works. Now, the other thing that our dill cucumber guacamole dip calls for is 1/2 of a red onion that we are going to throw into this manual food processor.
1 teaspoon of cumin.
Using our Pampered Chef measuring tools. All right, a teaspoon of cumin.
Half a teaspoon.
Oh, 1/2 of a teaspoon of cumin.
Sorry, I gave you.
Oh no, I was right. 1 teaspoon, you were right.
Oh,
I guess I'm not sorry.
you're not sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
1/2 teaspoon of salt.
Okay, and then I'm going to demonstrate how simple it is to use this manual food processor. This is my favorite tool of all in the kitchen. You cannot go without this.
Very simple, and all you do is just up and down. I personally like to put on music as I am doing this. Let me pump it up and down till you say stop.
Woohoo!
Reach in the drawer for mix and pop.
Now, who says Pampered Chef can't be fun, especially with our live videos?
Just depends on how crunchy you want this to be, how thick. But look at this. This looks awesome.
That's looking really good.
Looks so good.
And
So
we
your
will,
next step is to dump all of that into your bowl with your avocados, and then get your handy dandy mix and chop, and mix and chop it all together. That looks delicious.
yes, it does, and it smells great as
Smells
well.
wonderful. Okay.
Now, the awesome thing about the mix and chop that Amy is using to mash this together is you can use it to mash things like potatoes. We use it a lot for our hamburger meat when we're making tacos. But it's a great tool that can be utilized in the kitchen in a lot of different prep formats.
You can also use the end of it to press on your cookies, your sugar cookies. It makes a nice little star decoration.
That looks amazing, Amy. It looks pretty delicious. Now I'm just going to get in here with a, whatever this is. Scraper, medium-sized scraper. Okay. And just kind of mix it up a little bit more, get the stuff off the sides of the bowl. And now you're ready to dig in with your chips.
Let's see how it tastes. Oh, I broke my chip. That's pretty darn delicious.
And the nice thing about the batter bowl is it does have a lid, so anything that's left over, if there is anything left over, it will. I wondered about that. You can always cover it up, put it away, and bring it back out for another day.
Now, this recipe for the cucumber dill guacamole is something that you can find in your Pampered Chef parties throughout the summer. And so it's called cucumber dill guacamole, and it is paired with the Pico de Gallo, which is another recipe that we will show you after the commercial break.
Pampered Chef VIP kitchen. And now we're going to demonstrate another recipe for you.
Now, many of you have seen this recipe in your Pampered Chef parties online through the Facebook website. And what we're going to do today is demonstrate how to make Pico de Gallo that goes along with the dill cucumber guacamole dip.
Now, what we've decided to do, because we are Pico de Gallo addicts, is we are doubling the recipe today. Now, the first thing that you definitely need is your manual food processor,
which is so simple to use. Again, has the little blade that goes inside, lid goes on top, just as simple as that, easy to clean.
Now, what we've done during the commercial break is we have actually cut up all of the ingredients so that it will expedite the food learning process. So what it calls for is 2 cups of tomatoes, which we have doubled, and we are making 4. So we are actually going to dump half of the amount of tomatoes into the food processor.
And then 1 cup of cilantro.
And that is doubled, so it calls for half of a cup of cilantro, but we have doubled it.
We've got 4 cloves of garlic. The original recipe is 2 cloves, so 4 for double. And those cloves of garlic were just peeled. I smashed them and took the skins off. That's all I did.
It also calls for 1 jalapeno, but we have cut up 2. And
you can see how full our food processor is getting.
And it also calls for a fourth of a red onion, but we have done a half of a red onion. And we're only going to put half of it in there so that we have room in the food processor to chop it all up. And then we will add the rest as it is chopped. It also calls for 1 lime squeezed for the lime juice. But we have squeezed 2 full limes, and we will just pour that mixture right on in there into the food processor. My mom Terry will put the lid on.
Oh,
And as you can see, the manual food processor is very simple to use, quick and efficient, and it chops up your items really well.
it does.
Now, I think with doubling the recipe, we definitely double up the pleasure, double up the fun, but we can only fit so much of these veggies into the food processor. So my mom is going to do the few final chops.
And again, if you're ever looking for Pampered Chef products, or if you are looking to host a party, you can contact either myself, Brandon Lamb, my dear friend Amy Davis, or my mom Terry Walsh, and we would be happy to assist you.
Have a good evening, everyone. We're going to enjoy this delicious Pico de Gallo.
Bye. Have a good night.
Good night.